Imagine you are asked to walk across a wooden plank, lying flat on the floor. You do it effortlessly. You don't even think about it. Now take that exact same plank and suspend it between two rooftops, 20 stories up in the air. Suddenly, you can't take a single step. Your physical ability hasn't changed. The plank hasn't changed. Your desire to get to the other side is stronger than ever, but your legs refuse to move. Why? Because your willpower is demanding that you walk, but your imagination is picturing you falling to your death. And here is the most uncomfortable, most profound truth about human psychology. Whenever your willpower and your imagination are in conflict, your imagination will invariably win. Every single time. You've probably spent your whole life trying to force change through sheer effort, gritting your teeth, pushing through exhaustion, trying to will yourself into being healthier, wealthier, or happier. And you've probably noticed that the harder you force it, the further away it gets. The harder you try to remember a name during an exam, the blanker your mind goes. The more desperately you try to fall asleep, the more wide awake you become. This happens because you are fighting a war against yourself, and you are misunderstanding who is actually in charge. Think of your mind like a massive ocean liner. You are the captain, standing up on the bridge, looking out at the horizon. You give the orders, but you don't actually turn the propellers. You don't shovel the coal. Down in the dark, deep within the ship, is a massive crew in the engine room. They can't see the sky. They can't see the destination. They don't know if you are steering them toward a tropical paradise or straight into a jagged reef. All they do is look at the dials, receive your orders, and blindly, relentlessly execute them. That engine room is your subconscious mind. It controls your heartbeat, your breathing, your digestion, and the intricate healing of every cell in your body. It never sleeps. It never takes a break. But more importantly, it controls the entire trajectory of your life. And here is the catch. The crew in the engine room has no sense of humor. They do not understand sarcasm. They do not argue with you. If the captain on the bridge constantly mutters, "We are going to sink, we can't afford this, everything is going wrong," the crew in the engine room doesn't stop to analyze whether that's a rational thought. They simply say, "Aye, Captain," and adjust the engines to steer you directly into the storm. Most of us are sinking our own ships without even realizing it. We walk around saying things like, "I have the worst luck," or "I'm always broke," or "This is going to be a disaster." And your subconscious, which is entirely impersonal and deeply loyal, accepts those statements as literal blueprints. It goes to work, 24 hours a day, arranging circumstances, altering your perception, and guiding your actions to ensure that you get exactly what you ordered. You don't get what you want in life. You get what you deeply expect. If you want to change your reality, you have to stop trying to change the outside world. Trying to fix your problems by manipulating external circumstances is like trying to change the reflection in a mirror by scrubbing the glass. You have to change the object casting the reflection. You have to change the orders being sent down to the engine room. But how do you actually do that? Because you've probably tried affirmations. You've stood in front of a mirror and said, "I am a millionaire," and then immediately felt a wave of anxiety because your rational mind knows your bank account is overdrawn. You felt like a fraud. When you do that, you are creating conflict. You are saying, "I am rich," but you are feeling the terror of being poor. Your subconscious doesn't listen to the words you say. It listens to the feeling behind them. It listens to your dominant emotion. If you affirm wealth but feel lack, your subconscious will magnify the lack. It always accepts the strongest of two contradictory ideas. This is why the effortless way is always the most powerful. Instead of wrestling with your rational mind, you have to bypass it. You have to catch your conscious mind when it is tired, when the watchman at the gate has lowered his guard. The best time to do this is right before you fall asleep, or right after you wake up. In this drowsy, half-awake state, the conscious mind isn't fighting back with logic and fear. The door to the engine room is wide open. Instead of forcing a complex visualization or repeating a long, unbelievable affirmation, condense what you want into a single, emotionally charged idea. Let's say you are looking for peace in a chaotic situation. Don't analyze the problem. Don't try to figure out how it will be solved. Just lie there, completely relaxed, and repeat a single phrase like a lullaby. It is finished in divine order. Over and over, quietly, slowly. You aren't arguing with reality. You are just bathing in the feeling of relief. You are creating a mental movie of the end result. If you want a new job, don't imagine the interview. Don't imagine the stress of the application. Imagine the feeling of shaking the boss's hand. Hear the exact words they would say to congratulate you. Feel the texture of the desk. Make it so vivid that your body actually reacts to it. Your subconscious cannot tell the difference between a real experience and one that is vividly imagined. Once it accepts this mental movie as a fact, It will begin moving heaven and earth to bring it into your physical reality. It will orchestrate coincidences. It will give you sudden hunches. It will put you in the exact right place at the exact right time. But there is a hidden trap here, especially when it comes to money and success. It's a trap that keeps millions of people stuck in a loop of frustration, and it's entirely based on a single toxic emotion: envy. Imagine you are struggling to pay your rent, and you see someone drive past in a brand new, wildly expensive sports car. What is your immediate, internal reaction? Do you think, look at that jerk, probably got the money dishonestly, people like that are what's wrong with the world? If you do, you are making a fatal psychological mistake. You are literally building a wall between yourself and wealth. Why? Because you are condemning the exact thing you want. Your subconscious mind is listening. When it hears you criticize wealth, it assumes you think wealth is evil. And since your subconscious mind's primary job is to protect you, it will make sure you never acquire the very thing you just labeled as bad. It will ensure you stay pure. And in your current definition, pure means poor. You cannot attract what you resent. If you want to completely rewire your financial future, you have to start doing something that feels incredibly unnatural at first. You have to start aggressively blessing the success of others. When you see someone who has what you want, you must silently rejoice for them. You must wish them even greater prosperity. When you do this, you are no longer sending signals of lack and bitterness to your subconscious. You are telling your engine room, I love wealth. I celebrate success. Abundance is good. Your mind doesn't know you are thinking about someone else. It only registers the concepts of wealth and joy, and it begins to draw those experiences into your own life. This applies to everything. If you want love, stop complaining about how terrible dating is. Stop sharing horror stories about bad relationships. Every time you do that, you are giving the crew in the engine room the blueprint for your next heartbreak. You are actively requesting more betrayal, more loneliness, more frustration. Instead, become fiercely protective of what you allow into your mind. You are the only thinker in your universe. No one else can force a thought into your brain without your consent. Think about that. When someone criticizes you, when someone insults you, their words have absolutely no power over you unless you decide to accept them. The insult is just a vibration in the air. It only becomes a weapon if you take it, emotionalize it, and pass it down to your subconscious as a truth. You have the absolute freedom to mentally reject it. You can look at a situation that would normally ruin your day and simply refuse to let it pass the gate. Let's take this a step further, into the very cells of your body. We tend to view our physical health as something entirely out of our control, a roll of the genetic dice or a purely mechanical system. But who built the system? When you cut your finger, you don't have to consciously instruct your white blood cells to rush to the wound. You don't have to tell your skin how to knit itself back together. The intelligence that created your body from a single cell is the exact same intelligence that resides in your subconscious mind. It knows exactly how to heal you, because it is the architect of your physical form. But we constantly interfere with this miraculous process. We do it through worry. We do it through a deep-seated belief in our own fragility. If you constantly talk about how sick you are, if you identify with your symptoms, you are actively giving the architect a new set of blueprints. You are telling the builder to construct the disease. Your subconscious seeks to preserve your life at all costs. Its natural tendency is always toward health, harmony, and vitality. Disease is an abnormality. It is a sign that the flow of life has been blocked by negative, destructive thought patterns. This doesn't mean you ignore medical science, but it means you stop treating your body like an enemy and start treating your subconscious like the ultimate healing partner. Instead of naming your aches and focusing on your symptoms, what if you fell asleep feeling the quiet, steady rhythm of your own perfect health? What if you imagined the sheer physical relief of being completely vital and strong? Your subconscious cannot argue with that image. If you sustain it, it must manifest it. This isn't about delusional, toxic positivity. It's about recognizing the mechanics of your own machinery. It's understanding that fear, anger, and worry are not just fleeting feelings. They are literal commands being sent to the control center of your reality. We spend so much time terrified of the outside world, afraid of the economy, afraid of illness, afraid of what other people think. But the only thing you ever really need to manage is your own internal dialogue. Every thought you entertain with feeling is a seed planted in the soil of your subconscious. The soil doesn't care if you plant a beautiful oak tree or poisonous nightshade. It will simply return what you planted, multiplied. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are the architect of it. The conditions of your life right now are the harvest of the seeds you planted months or years ago. If you don't like the harvest, you don't burn down the field. You just start planting different seeds. So what are you going to plant tonight? When you lay your head on the pillow and the noise of the world finally fades away, what final order are you going to send down into the dark? Are you going to rehearse your anxieties? Are you going to replay the argument you had earlier today? Are you going to write a blank check to failure? Or are you going to quiet your mind, step up to the helm, and finally give the order you've been waiting your whole life to hear? The crew is down there right now, waiting for your command. What are you going to tell them?
Follow Psych, guys. Your brain will thank you.